Hey everybody, welcome back to Penguin Worldwide Reviews. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Chris.
Wah!
All right, so we just got back from watching The Ballerina. And Daniel, why don't you give us a quick rundown of what that movie was all about?
Quick rundown. All right, so it starts off with this dad and his daughter Eve. The dad is kind of like an assassin hitman, kind of like John Wick style. So he's trying to help her escape this building, this cult that basically kind of grooms children and individuals to be like him. And he didn't want that for his daughter, so he's trying to help her escape. And they're successful, but he does die on the way out. And she sees it, and she's upset, and she basically wants revenge. So she's taken in by this other guy who kind of has his own cult as well that does a very similar thing, but it gives them a choice whether they want to follow that path or whether they would rather live their own life for freedom. So, but because she's dead set on revenge, she goes she goes and she trains. She takes like ballerina dances to help train her athleticism, I guess. She's learning martial arts. She's learning how to use guns and weapons, and she struggles at first, but because she's so dead set on rage or vengeance that she pushes through and becomes very well at it and one of the best. And yeah, she becomes a certified, I guess, hitman assassin, and she gets these missions to go and protect certain people from others. And she can't kill, I don't think she's allowed to kill, so she has to defend and save these people without killing enemies. And she eventually gets caught by one of these dudes from the cult that killed her father at the beginning, and that puts her back on the trail for fighting the man that killed her father, known as the Chancellor.
All right, yeah, it's a good rundown of the movie, and all the action sequences take place right after that. But let's first talk about some characters in this movie. Let's start with Eve, the star. What did you think of her? How did she do the role in your mind, and what did you like or dislike about it?
I think she owned the role, actually. I was kind of uncertain at first, because she always it's always something I notice with a lot of these modern hero type things, or these characters, they always look like they're about to cry or shook, kind of nervous.
Yeah, for sure.
And it makes sense. They really show how much pressure she's under, all the training she's doing. So she's always beat up and
yeah, she seems
exhausted.
Ready to break. Yeah.
So it makes sense, but
yeah, it does seem like every time they show her, she has tears in her eyes, just about ready to roll out. But yeah, she does a convincing role. She's pretty badass.
Yeah.
And it's good the way the movie does it. They're you gotta improvise, and you're not gonna be stronger than everybody, so you gotta play dirty.
Yeah. And
she does throughout the movie, which is good. Yeah, so I think I liked her character too. They did enough, they showed her trauma and her motivation to want revenge, obviously. So they did a good enough job about that. It does feel like a very John Wick. It's just revenge. We're gonna go out for revenge and get it. So in that world, in that mindset, it's very much in that world.
Very by the book,
right? And then who else do you want to talk about? Who else in this movie pops up? Because there's not.
Well, we will bring up, I guess, John Wick, because he is a character.
Yeah, John Wick is a character in this movie.
Yeah, and I like how he was portrayed, because he's obviously not the star of the movie. He's just kind of there, but they make it. He's that guy. Everybody's oh shoot, it's John Wick, the master and everything. And
his legend precedes him for sure.
Yep.
And he doesn't disappoint when he's on the screen. He handles it.
Yeah. He's pretty much untouched. So it's really cool just to, that's how you want him to be, kind of if they have this.
And they saved his character like that too, because they have him respected, and then no one could take him down really. So that's that helps his legend,
Yeah.
They didn't ruin it with this movie, which you could kind of be worried about, if a smaller character takes him down.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, John Wick. What do you think of Keanu Reeves as John Wick? As an actor for the role, do you think he fits that role really well?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
it's very much
perfect.
the same. Yeah, it's something about like I don't know. He's so like calm and collected when he does it, as well as looking like he's also stressed because he's been through so much.
He
But
looks just like fed up with it.
yeah, he's like over it, and that's basically kind of like his little storyline in this. He's trying to leave it, but he's still got some work to do.
Yeah, it does go back in time a little bit because in the fourth one he dies. Supposedly, we'll see what happens in the future if they bring him back or whatever. But yeah, so in this one it's a little bit before. It's like definitely before the
For that storyline
later
takes
on.
place.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, who else do we got on here? What about the villain,
The Chancellor.
He looks a lot like the dude who runs the Continental. It's distracting. It's like, who am I looking at?
Yeah.
So the guy who runs like the hotels and stuff and takes her in at first. He looks exactly
That's what
like
I thought for a second that
I know.
that dude was the same. I was like, oh, what? He got her? Like, no. But.
I know, it's distracting. They could have had a way different looking actor, but they look the same. But yeah, so maybe it is kind of like that theme that they have going throughout the film. It's like you have a coin and you have one side meaning, you're protecting, and the other side meaning you're just killing,
Right.
And they kind of do look the same, and they are like the opposites for her. She has the guy from like saying it's her choice, and then the other guy saying it's her fate. So maybe it has something they wanted to play with that motif.
Yeah.
What about her, the director, the lady who runs the ballerina school?
She was all right. I feel like because she was the one like always watching her do like the ballet and stuff. I think she was the one doing that. Yeah. And she's hard on like her and everybody, so she has like that power and respect from like everybody, kind of like feared to talk to her a lot of the time, but not Eve so much. She kind of defied her a little bit and like called her out, but yeah, she was fine. She just kind of like pulls the strings, kind of.
Yeah, and she was trying to avoid like an all-out war between these two groups because I don't know, maybe she fears them a bit.
Yeah, and she wasn't like annoyingly like, oh, don't do it, don't go fight him. She's like, well, if you go, then you're gonna cause trouble and it's gonna come get you. But she doesn't like, directly stop her.
I can't back you on this.
Yeah.
We ran into Daniel. What was it? Daniel Pine?
Oh, yeah,
his character's name.
Daniel Pine.
One of her targets. Well, she's going after him for some information because he's part of the cult. And as she goes after him, she runs into his daughter as well. They're all in a hotel, in one of the rooms in the Continental.
Yeah, it's very much like her situation at the start.
Yeah, with her dad. She's a little kid, and they're going after the dad and her,
yeah,
and the girl. So yeah, and it's the same group. So yeah, she's like right in that situation again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that dynamic? Like how they have put all these bounties on these guys, and then like everybody, it's like, oh well, time to get like the money just doubled. Time to go get it.
I kind of like it. It kind of just been like, okay, you trigger all these killers and assassins to go after one target. It's pretty cool. What, you didn't like it? You're kind of like,
I don't know. It kind of is like too many people. I feel like, but
there's a lot of assassins in that world that they've created.
Yeah, it's just like anyone sitting around is an assassin, pretty much.
You're sitting in a public space, and there's bound to be at least two.
Yeah,
within. Getting notifications that
if you're at a table of like 6 people, at least like 3 of them are assassins.
It's like I was getting a text at the end of the movie, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta go kill someone." That was perfect timing. It's about all the main characters.
It's real just about her and everything. Yeah,
for sure. Let's get into that then. The story. What did you think of the overall story?
Overall story was okay. It's very simple. It didn't try to do anything too crazy. There's no like plot twists really.
I mean, they bring back her sister, or they introduce her sister character, but just to kill her off like so quick. Yeah, it's like, why even bother? But
and that was fine. I'm glad they didn't. They just went a quick little thing with that, but gave her more of an incentive to kill this guy, kill the Chancellor.
In the story, I did like that they go to that town in like the ice.
It felt like real Resident Evil-y.
Yeah, it did. And then they're just like, she's like in a town that's all against her, which is kind of cool. That was kind of cool, but But yeah, the story is very thin. It's like a very paper thin story. It's like, oh, girl, father's dies, she wants revenge.
Yeah, and that's
And there we go.
And she becomes an assassin. But yeah, like it was good. It was done well. It was always it implemented action like every corner. This movie is like the reason why there's not so much story is because this movie is like 80% action.
Yeah, the whole story could fit on one page, and then the rest is just like choreographed.
It did not stop.
It was pretty nice. It was pretty good. The action was really good. Let's get into that.
Yeah,
the action. Oh, you want to give a score for story? Let's give a score for story. What do you give story?
Let's see. A story, give it like 2.5 out of 5. Okay. Not necessarily in like a bad way, just it was simple.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 1.8. Not even
okay.
Only because there's no story.
Yeah, it's really.
And they could have used some risk taking like in their storytelling, but it was very just like by the book. But that's not to say it's bad. But it's just
that's just how the story was.
There's just nothing there. And then let's get into the action. Then we talk about kills.
We talk about kills. The whole thing here.
Let's go with kills.
All right. Yeah, the movie was nonstop action. The fighting is pretty cool. It's done in a way where it shows like, well, it's obvious that she wasn't going to be like invincible or anything because she's a lot smaller than a lot of the people she fights.
Yeah,
and probably a lot less experienced than most of them too.
She gets her ass kicked a lot.
Yeah, she's constantly getting pushed around, but she's tough as heck. Like she's tanking a lot of hits, throwing it back. She resorts to fighting dirty a lot of the time, which is cool because. What are you gonna do? It's like life or death, really.
It's what you're trained to do. So.
And she's not killing a lot of the people. She like kind of avoids killing, at least at the start. So it's cool how she adapts.
I know that first mission they send her in with rubber bullets. It's like, how about you let her freaking kill people?
Yeah.
But yeah, so like for sure, I would say too, like the kills in this movie were pretty spectacular. There's some memorable ones, which are good. You want some memorable kills.
Let's see, what did you think as the memorable kills?
My most the most favorite one that I had that I just giggled happily when I saw it happen was where she like tied that dude's neck up, dangled him over like the balcony or whatever, and then he blows up. She had taped a bomb to his face. That was great.
Yeah.
You just see him like.
Yeah, that was funny. I thought he was just gonna be hanging there, but like, oh, the guy's like looking in with a sniper scope and just sees it
just splat.
He's dead.
It looks so cool. What about you?
Mine was when she's fighting with like these straps of grenades, and she's killing a lot of people, just throwing them around, stuff like that. And then
that should be her weapon from now on. But go ahead.
She wraps them around this dude's neck, pulls the pins, and then flips over this table, so it's blocking him and her, and then he blows up behind the other side of the table. Oh, that was crazy.
Those are good kills. And that's to say nothing about the flamethrower sequence. That was pretty sick too.
I like that one. Yeah.
I did. That was fun.
It was cool. Yeah, it was fun.
I was like, oh, that's cool. All right, so let's give it a score. Kill score. Out of 5.
Let's see. Give it a. Yeah, I probably have to give it a good like 4.
I was gonna give it a 4.7. I think it was pretty strong with kills.
Ooh, okay.
They went all over the place.
You want to know why I only gave it a 4 though?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So the movie's called The Ballerina. She did a lot of ballerina training. She didn't really use it a lot. Like she had like these ice skates.
Yeah.
And she used them for like one kill, but I'm like, dang, I feel like they missed opportunity to kind of like, she should have put them on and like there was ice where she was. She could have
like spun around.
Yeah, spun around, sliding, killing a couple people.
Yeah.
I feel like she could have utilized some of that training at the beginning. Like, I don't know. I feel like I wanted to see that implemented into her fight style. Because otherwise she's just punching with them and using them like kind of like a nunchuck slashing them, which was cool, but
it was cool.
I wanted to see more of that gimmick, I guess.
Yeah, I guess they could. Looks like they're going to try to make some more. They're building her up as a thing, so maybe in the future. Yeah.
So that was my only it could have been more creative a little bit. Not to say that a lot of the fight scenes, everything weren't creative, but that was like something I saw as missed opportunity.
And this has nothing to do with kills, but let's get into it. Let's give it an action score. What do you think of the action taken? Does it make sense? Is it realistic? At least in the world they live in.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think? What do you want to give it? Or you want me to go first?
I'll give it a 5. I'll just
You
be
loved
honest.
it,
I'll
huh?
give it a 5. Yeah.
All right. Why? What was it? What gives it a perfect score?
Is because just no one cares, and like we'll just start killing people anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
They're like in a public like dance club and start fighting each other, and
Yeah.
like no one's panicking.
No
Like,
one's
it's
running.
just-
They're just watching.
Yeah. This dude's like, there's always dudes like sitting on buildings with sniper rifles and stuff, and nobody notices that. They're just kind of there. All of these gunfights and everything break out in hotels, again, very public places, and there's no cops intervening. It's just,
Oh yeah, they don't exist.
yeah, it's funny. It's just, so there's nothing stopping the action.
Yeah, that's true. I give it a 4.8. There's a couple things in there that just rub me the wrong way. I think some of the things I was noticing, just like, why are people rushing this girl? Like, she's going crazy whirlwind style, tearing through people, and they keep rushing her. It's like, you have a gun, just stay like 10 feet back and shoot at her. It's like, you're better off than rushing her. She's
Yeah,
gonna
they're like-
kill you up close.
She's like at the bottom of stairs, just pointing a gun up there, and they keep running down. Just ting ting, just taking them down one by one. It's funny.
And it's like, and then if you have snipers in this world like posted up, they could end some of these battles pretty quickly.
Yeah, there was one pointed at her. It had
Yeah.
a good chance at any time to take her out, but didn't.
Yeah, it's like, if you're gonna just say screw it, then why not sniper?
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's just a couple things like that that didn't make too much sense for me. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fun part is watching them kick ass and
Yep.
just stab and shoot everybody. Yeah, so that was the Ballerina.
Right.
What do you want to give it for a score? Let's do score time.
All right.
Score time.
I forget. What do we do it out of 10?
Out of 10.
Out of 10. All right. So out of 10,
Score,
I'll
damn
give
score.
this. I don't know. I forget what I've been giving other things lately. So I'm trying to like compare it a little bit. Probably. Maybe I'll give it an 8.
Nate,
Yeah.
it's pretty high.
It is high, but I mean, I didn't have a bad time at all with this movie. It's one of the few that didn't feel long too, as well.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like went in and was like, okay, oh, dang, it's already over. It didn't overstay its welcome. It was entertaining. Always on my edge of the seat watching action, and yeah.
All right, it's a decent score, 8.0.
Yes.
All right, now it's time for Chris's score.
Chris's score.
All right, so I'm giving the Ballerina a 7.7.
7.7.
Only because the story was very thin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving it extra credit in my mind because she's hot. I like her. I like Anna de Armas.
I thought her sister was hotter.
She's pretty. You can have her sister.
Cool.
Cool. All right, that's taken care of.
We don't need to fight over that.
All right, and then so yeah, just a couple like story things and.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it is basically a John Wick movie, so.
Right. So it's
Can't
like,
complain.
you know what you're going to get into.
And if you know what you're getting into, do the critics know what they're getting into? Let's start with IMDb, if you don't
All right.
mind.
Yeah.
IMDb.
They do it out of 10, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
All right, so let's get your guess, Daniel.
my guess.
Daniel's guess.
I don't know how they feel about these type of movies. Probably like 70 or 7.0.
7.3. Very
Oh,
close. Very
okay.
close. Only a 0.3 difference. So, good job.
Yeah, I feel like they're happy with it.
Mm-hmm. They're very happy. Let's get to Rotten Tomatoes since that's your
Yeah, Rotten
deal.
Tomatoes. What do you want to hear first? The popcorn meter, the audience, or the tomato meter, critics?
I like to do the Ballerina. I do like to do the Ballerina. I like to do the critic score first, if you
Critics
don't
score
mind,
first.
sir.
All right, so this is out of 100%. What do you think the critics gave it?
I think the critics are going to be a little hard on this movie. I bet you they just went 68.
68? Well, you'd be wrong.
Oh, boy.
They gave it a 75.
Oh, okay. All right, then.
Mm-hmm.
If they do, they do.
Yeah, and the popcorn meter, what do you think they gave it, the audience?
Audience had to have loved it better than that. So let's go with the 80%.
Again, wrong.
Oh,
audience score was 94%.
Oh my god, they freaking
yeah.
creamed their pants.
They did.
They pooped their pants. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty strong there. And what are the professional reviewers saying about this movie?
Some of the negative things that they said was...
But who's this?
This is Valerie Calfrin.
Oh yeah, but she's a jerk.
A solid spin-off, but the character depth isn't there. Rendering parts of the tiresome Ballerina likely will whet the appetite of the John Wick faithful, but not quite the point.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. That's kind of my thing. But then she ended up pretty low, huh? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One more, maybe a positive one, sir?
See, Connor Petrie says, Ballerina stirs up the pot and allows fans of the Wick universe another chance to experience the carnage within. Yep. Yep.
All right.
And everybody was just kind of like, yeah, story could have been better. It's all it is. It's a solid movie, just boring or lame tropes.
Yeah, I kind of agree, but yeah, the action does kind of earn it the little trophy that it's been getting.
Right.
It's part of people's minds. All right. So the Ballerina let's start with the budget, had a budget of $90 million. That includes the $45 million advertising budget.
Yeesh.
90 million. And so far, it's only earned $25 million.
Ooh.
Has quite a way to go.
Yeah.
But
How long is...
That's only US and Canada, so we'll see what happens.
Worldwide, okay. Not worldwide yet. How long has this been out, or did it just come out?
It just came out.
Okay.
I think this is its first weekend, but still that's pulling in quite low.
Yeah. Seems like people weren't waiting, camping out to see it, but should.
Yeah, I would say so. I'd say catch it.
We usually say if we recommend it or not. Daniel, will say yes, I recommend it.
And Chris, will say I as well recommend it if you're in for a action-packed movie.
Yep. If you don't want any kind of like foreplay in a movie, this is the one for you.
My gosh. You know I hate foreplay.
The hot, sweaty action comes right at you.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
And for most people, that's good enough. So
right.
Get out there and check out this movie.
Yep.
All right. I've been Chris.
And I've been Daniel. Wah.